Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from LifeIsRocqi. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and help it grow. So today on Rocky's Reflections, I'm engaged. It still feels surreal. I'm like, am I sure did this happen? um So it wasn't recorded, so I wanted to make sure that I reflected on it so I could come back and watch this video because I don't want to forget it. My memory is terrible, so yeah, I want to make sure that I remember this. Um, so what happened? What's the story? How did he propose? um, so it started with he went to Atlanta to see his brother and sister-in-law, and he was on standby flights, so he was saying there was problem with flights. He was gonna get here later than he thought, like a whole bunch of stuff going on with flights, right? But then on a certain day, he just wasn't reading the text messages. Like, we use WhatsApp and he just wasn't reading them at all. Like, it wasn't even uploading. And I was like, he's been consistently contacting me and on his phone throughout this trip. So why all of a sudden is he not just even around his phone? Which is very possible. My life partner is a digital minimalist, so it's very possible. But I was like, And the reason why I said is because when he went to Guyana one year, he came back early and surprised me. So I called him out. I was in a voice note like, I think I know what's happening. You coming home to surprise me. I can't wait to see you, baby. And he responded like, LOL, I wish love. Flights are still crazy. I just went to the park today with his brother and sister-in-law and nephew, and he was like, I'm tired, but I'll talk to you later. And I was like, okay. Maybe, yeah, you were at the park and you just weren't around your phone. Very plausible. So then I go on about my business, go to bed and everything. And then a little after midnight, what happens? Somebody creeps into my bedroom. We have separate bedrooms, just so for y'all who don't know. Somebody creeps into my bedroom. I pop awake because that's why we can't sleep together, because I'm a light sleeper. And I was like, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. And I hugged him and loved him and just loved him up. And then I went to go brush my teeth because he did come in the middle of the night, and I was like, let's get fresh breath. So after I brushed my teeth, we were just laying and cuddling and just saying how much we missed each other and how good it was to be back in each other's arms, and we were kissing and just hugging and cuddling and stuff. And then he's like, I'll be right back. I gotta go get something. I thought it was something sexual. Not gonna get into all the details, but I thought it was something sexual because we had been talking about something sexual leading up to this. So I thought it was that, but it was not. So he came back in and I was still laying on the bed, and he had his hands folded and was laying on me. His knees were on the ground and he was laying on my stomach. And I thought he had the something sexual in his hands. And then he put his hands to his side and I could tell nothing was in his hand. So I was like, okay, I guess that's not what. So then he got me up from bed and kissed me and hugged me. And then he had light green shorts on. Now mind you, this is in the darkness of night. I have no lights on, okay? And I see him go into his pocket. And I'm still thinking this is something sexual, right? So he goes into his pocket and then he gets down on one knee and opens a box with a light. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Is what I think is happening, what the fuck? And I was like, No, like you playing with me because he's already I can't count them, but he's already proposed to me several times without a ring. So I was like, don't you play with me right now. Don't you do it. And then I immediately started crying. And then I ran away and cried some more. And I was like, oh shit, gotta go back. And I'm just, it was the very stereotypical hand over the mouth while crying sobs. And so he was saying that, and the bad part about it not being recorded is like, I'm like, what did he say? Because I was just all in my emotions. Like, you lying, you playing. There's no ring in that box. It was dark. Like, but I'm like, ain't nobody like, he better not present me an open box with nothing in it as a prank. Like, no, you better not. So I'm having all this, and then I have to adjust because I was thinking something sexual, and I was like, this ain't that. So it was a lot, right? It was a lot. So he's talking how, like, he originally wanted some grandiose thing, as far as the proposal, and he was like, in this moment, he felt it. He felt the love for me. He felt our life together, him choosing me. And he was like, why wait? Like, I'm the one he wants to spend his life with. I'm the one he wants to have children with. And I'm the one he's building professional empire with. And the one he wants to marry. I'm about to cry. So for those of you who don't know, I've known him for 5 years now. We were in a situationship for 2. We have been in a committed life partnership for 2.5 years. And the reason we were in the situationship is because we were both within a monogamy perspective. He didn't want to commit to monogamy. I wasn't necessarily asking him to, but that's all we knew. So when I started questioning my sexuality, that's when I discovered polyamory, discovered that is how I identify. And then I was like, what about this for us? And that's when we committed to life partnership. So we already knew that we were life partners. We already knew we were getting married, or at least having a wedding ceremony to celebrate our love. We were already planning children, our businesses. Like, we had already... The only thing that's changed is now I have a ring. Sorry. But yeah. And he asked me, he was like, Raquel, Ashley, even though I don't really call you that. And I was like, of course. Of course I'll marry you. Like, I've said yes every single time he's asked. So yeah, of course. And I remember the look of love on his face. And the light in the darkness. And it was perfect for us. Because then, afterwards of course, then it got sexual. Like, we cuddled for a bit, but yeah. It had been over 10 days plus that. So, but then we smoked and we talked, and I heard more about his thought process, about how he was planning it and all his strategies and techniques. Like, he sent the ring to his brother's house in Atlanta and stuff like that. So it was really nice. It just showed more of us, And then we did sleep together. Like I said, we have separate bedrooms, so sometimes we do have sleepovers. So yeah, I did have a sleepover with him last night. And yeah, it was like, when I look at my ring, I don't see the commitment, because the commitment was already there. What I see is like the vulnerability of him, the love from him choosing me, like really choosing me. Like now, every time I see it, it's like he chose me, you know, and it, like it's real. And he was like, the proposal was more for him because like he felt us fitting, us flowing, of us working. Like this was a great life together. I felt that with our committed life partnership. I was like, all right, this shit feels good. We need to keep the flow. But I'm glad he feels it. I'm glad he connected with that part of himself and allowed our love to flow freely, without fear, without hesitation, to the point he got on his knee and opened up a box and asked me to marry him. So I picked out my ring. It's rose gold. It's a morganite stone. And it has flowers on it. Um, it was less than $2,000. And I don't even know if those are diamonds. It might be cubic zirconium. Because, yeah, diamonds don't really matter to me. I wanted something that I would like, you know. And the morganite is for the heart chakra. So we did talk about like him doing, because we're still like getting money together, you know. We're not there yet. But he talked about doing something extra because I did send him 2 rings, and the other one is like to stack type of thing. But that one's like $200. So we talked about him possibly doing something else, where it's recorded. But I was like, this was good for us just to have our moment together, you know, like not around other people, just for us to be in our love together. It was perfect. It was so perfect. I still can't believe it. Like, you know, like when I look at the ring, I'm like, how'd that get there? My man got on his knee and proposed. That's how. Oh, God. Happy tears. This is amazing. I've often joked about like proposing to him, which he has fervently, I don't know if that's the word, very strongly rejected. He said, I will say no, don't you ever slap it, don't do it. But in that moment when he did it, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is not the same. I was recognizing that, yeah, men do hold the power in relationships. Because I was like, for me to do it, it doesn't remotely mean the same. Like it's, yeah, it's his choice. Like it's up to him, you know. Um, Women hold the power of sex, you know, and he got that off the bat. But because sex feels good, fuck that shit. But but yeah, I felt it in that moment how much power he held in our relationship, in our future. And I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be the same if I proposed whatsoever. And I felt like I wouldn't want it another way between us, like me and him. Like I wanted to be proposed to by him, you know. It was such a great night. So full of love and connection and happiness. I knew I'd be a mess crying wise. And I knew I would run away. And I was like, yep, probably gonna put my hand over my mouth. All the stereotypical responses to being proposed to. I did them, yes. And then because he has done it before, I was like, don't play with me. You're not doing the real thing right now. What is happening? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. And he was like, yeah, your hair's not done, your nails not done, but it doesn't matter. I feel it in this moment. That's what he said. Because he actually said he was gonna just like hide the ring in the back of his closet and just like wait till he had stuff planned. But he was like, this was the moment. Like coming back home to me. Like, yeah, this is home. This is our family. I think us both, because I went to Maryland. I check out those videos, reflections on that. And then he went to his brothers in Atlanta. It's like that we did solo trips. So that time away really allowed us to appreciate each other, and what we have here. But yeah, he was like, I feel it. And it was right in this moment. And he was correct. It was beautiful. And then I made him food. Actually, leftovers from my food. He was like, my baby can cook. So I got him the first time. And I made him breakfast this morning when we actually got up. Yeah, I'm definitely going into homemaker and mother of our children roles. I definitely feel that strong shift. Because I'm getting married, y'all. Now we're non-traditional, of course, so it's going to look different. But I'm like, he really loves me, y'all. Like, I knew it, I knew it, but like, for a man to propose when he doesn't have to, like, that's all his choice, especially, nowadays, like with shacking together or having children, like the guy really could just not get married. It's, they're already getting everything. So the fact that, yeah, he's gotten everything and it still meant a lot to him to propose to me. And that I'm the one he wanted to propose to. Mm. I'm a fiance, y'all. And it be sparkling in the sun. I went out to the beach today with a friend. It be sparkling. Life is fucking amazing. I got a ring on my finger. And it's gonna stay there and remind me. That's the thing, yeah. It's just like a reminder of his love every time I look at it. Oh, God. Please subscribe. Feel free to share. Please like. I hope you like. And take care of you. Peace and love.